So you're off to Krabi, or maybe you're just considering going. In this guide, we will share what we got up to, as well as giving you our honest opinion and recommendations so you can make an informed decision and also make the most of your time.
Krabi is known for its incredible limestone rock beaches, which you can actually climb, by the way. Temples that are almost in the clouds, island hopping, and so much more. It's no wonder it's a can't miss place on everyone's itinerary. But is it truly worth the visit?
So without further ado, let's get into it.
How to get there. So from any of the neighboring places, it is fairly easy to get to Krabi. You can take a bus, shuttle, ferry, or you can fly to save some time. From Bangkok, we would recommend taking the overnight bus. That's what we did, and it did save us a lot of money. We have done this journey quite a few times now, and it's honestly not that much of a hassle. I believe there is an overnight train. We personally have not taken that route. If there is one, we can insert a link below for the instructions on how to do so.
Now, where to stay. Staying in Railay is quite the experience, but there's only a few hostels, and if you have the budget, there are a few really nice hotels and resorts. Either way, definitely plan in advance, especially during high season. So don't worry if it's all sold out. We actually stayed in Ao Nang, and we did day trips to all the nearby beaches. It'll actually save you quite a bit of money, and you have more options as far as food and bars and nightlife. So we treated ourselves to a hotel room for the first few nights that was a little bit further from the beach than we actually anticipated, but at least we got our steps in.
Yeah.
And for the remaining 2 nights, we stayed at KOKO Hostel in a private room that was a little bit closer to where the action was.
So, what to do? Obviously, the main places to go are Railay Beach and island hopping, so let's talk about them both. Firstly, if you can't stay on Railay, it honestly wasn't a hassle at all for us to walk down the main road, maybe like 5-15 minutes, right to the water taxis. From there, you could book your Longtail over to Railay. This is also where you can book a rock climbing tour, like I mentioned before, which we hear is open to all levels.
So in Thailand and many second and third world countries, nothing you do is 100% safe. You just kind of have to go with it. We never travel without travel insurance. We love that Safety Wing always has our backs, and at an affordable cost. It's great to have the certainty of coverage, especially with all the uncertainty that a backpacking journey holds. The link is going to be down below if you're looking for coverage for any upcoming trips, and who knows, you might even get a cheeky discount. All right, enough safety talk. On with the fun.
So we spent a day in Railay, had some lunch, relaxed.
Nom 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 nom.
I won't lie, it was a bit overcrowded. The following day, we wanted to check out this other beach that we passed on the way to Railay the day before. So we hopped off the Longtail there, and I have to say these beaches do not look like how they do in photos, especially during low tide. The water became non-existent to swim in. Now just a bunch of rocks. It's honestly a bit of a disappointment, but that's on us for expecting it to look a certain way when nature obviously does not work like that. So when we felt ready to leave, we did a little hike around the back way to Railay.
So we'll just walk around this, boom, we're Railay.
So we're gonna go do this today. Go up over here somewhere and through. Oh, that wasn't a big lizard. You scared like as if it was a snake. I saw a bigger one before. Longtail's at 6, so.
Now we go about sunsets.
So our biggest takeaway from this day would be to go during high tide. So it is what you are expecting, but expect a ton of people unless you're going really early in the morning or during those low tide times. Then from there, we rented some kayaks and we checked out the limestone cliffs just off of the shore. And we made our way to the beach behind Railay. There you can access this cave called the Princess Cave. We could let you guys do a little research to find out why it's so famous.
Yes, they are all princess.
So the next thing we checked off the list, and a great tour to do, is the 4-island tour. Ours was organized with a couple different hostels in the area, including KOKO Hostel, which is right on Railay Beach. We picked everyone up and we went out for the afternoon. Our tour included swimming with plankton at night, so that's why you're doing the tour more the second half of the day rather than the first half. This actually makes it so the sun isn't at its highest point while you're out on the water, and you get to enjoy the sunset out on the boat. We may make a vlog for this day, so I'm sure you'll be seeing more of it, but it started raining while we were on one of the islands, and honestly, it just made the experience that much more magical.
So the next thing we did in Ao Nang was the Golden Buddha and Hot Springs tour. This we organized with a travel agency right on the main road. It included 3 different hot springs and the entrance to the Golden Buddha. Honestly, we did feel like we were being herded like sheep. To us, this tour would have been worth skipping because we don't tend to love those experiences. They're not our favorite. But honestly, if we would have rented some bikes and did it all on our own, I could see us having a little bit more of a better time, especially getting to enjoy those places as much as we wanted to. We get that most people don't have as much time as us when traveling and you want to pack in your time efficiently. Or maybe you just love a good temple and a hot spring. For that case, I would say do the tour. It is worth it. And in that case, we will totally leave the link down below for you to do so. Talking all this smack, I do remember us having some very memorable times with a monkey. In the temple.
There was a couple monkeys.
There was quite a few, and they
And
were
a monk.
so cute. They stole Kayvon's water.
They drank it like a human.
There's a ton of more tours to do in the area. I know James Bond Island is a popular one, or maybe it's just a rock. I don't know. We didn't do it, obviously. But I know that is a huge one for a lot of people. Just exploring around and seeing what catches your eye. But the ones we mentioned are probably the more popular ones.
So now, on to everyone's favorite part, where to eat. The food is always great in Thailand, but when we went back to some of our favorite restaurants this year, things were a little different than how they were. Each chef, depending on the region that they're from, add different flavors and flares to the cuisine. These are some of the places that we went to and enjoyed in Krabi. Honestly, go with your nose is always our rule of thumb when traveling, but if you do happen to check out any of the restaurants we went to, let us know your experience. Now we found a market that was a big go-to, and we actually have a funny story. So we chose this particular food stall because the smell was so incredible, and I noticed a good amount of people were going there, which is always a good sign. When the man asked us how spicy we wanted it, which is a common question in Thailand, we naturally said mild. By the third day going here, I think the guy was testing us because it progressively got hotter every time we ate there. If it was a test, we passed it with flying colors and a little bit of sweat.
Krabi was certainly beautiful, but like most popular destinations in Thailand, it could get a bit on the commercial side. We very recently traveled the rest of Southeast Asia. We popped over to Thailand to meet some friends, and it has been so crazy packed, like overrun at the moment, and prices are way higher than they were last year. Granted, this time was definitely more peak season. Sadly, our friends were a bit let down by Krabi, but we don't want to discourage anyone from going and experiencing it for yourself.
But our friends did pop over to a neighboring island where they had the most amazing time and did all the same tours. Most importantly, they beat the crowds. Thailand is huge and the possibilities are endless. Have a little look-see on Google Maps yourself. See what's around you. We do want to be your reminder that you can get off the beaten path. Because we could tell this place is going to blow up on social media in the near future, we're going to keep it to ourselves for now. If you are super interested, message us on Instagram and we will give you the scoop. We just see the impact social media has already made on some of these places and some of our favorites in both a positive and a negative way.
Now, that will conclude our guide. But before I go, I just want to remind you, drop us a follow, dog. Subscribe, share, show some love. It'll really help our channel grow and shows that there's really people out there that actually care. So say hi. Feel free to follow us on Instagram, where we are way more up to date with our travels.
Not really, but yes.
Somewhat.
Definitely more up to date than YouTube. The next guide coming at you will hopefully be out sooner rather than later, and it will be all about the famous PP Islands, or
Maybe.
well, time will tell. We'll see.
Fifi.
So we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bing, bang, boom. For sure.